plan their attack. As Juggernaut harnesses his battering ram, Magneto reveals his magnetic force.
Lead the attack, Juggernaut.
But waiting are the X-Men.
Evil mutants.
Wolverine flashes claws of steel, while Cyclops turns on laser power.
This city has a speed limit.
And the giant apocalypse is power lifted by the mighty Colossus.
Lost again, Magneto.
X-Men and Evil Mutants, each sold separately from Toy.
Alright, as X-Men month continues, this week I'm going to be taking a look at Aurora, or otherwise known as the all-powerful Storm, Mistress of the Elements. Now, Storm made her first appearance in Giant Size X-Men #1 in 1975. She's originally born Aurora Monroe, and she's the descendant of an ancient line of African priestesses, all who have white hair, blue eyes, and the potential to wield magic. Her mother, Nadir, was an African princess who married an American photojournalist, David Monroe, and moved to Manhattan. Aurora was born there, and when she was 6 months old, her and her parents moved to Cairo, Egypt. 5 years later, during the Arab-Israeli conflict, a plane crashed into their home and her parents were killed. She survived, but was buried under rubble near her mother's body. The resulting trauma left Aurora with severe claustrophobia that still affects her to this day. Aurora managed to escape the rubble of her shattered home and learned to live off of the streets as she was taken in by a gang of street urchins who taught her how to survive and how to pickpocket. One time in Cairo, she picked the pocket of an American tourist. However, she had no idea that he was to be the leader of the X-Men, Charles Xavier, a powerful mutant telepath. He had sensed a strong mutant force in the area and actually let her pick his pocket with ease. Moments later, Charles Xavier was attacked by a nefarious villain, the Shadow King, who's an evil mutant who indulges in nothing but enjoyment of pure evil, death, and destruction, and they battled on the astral plane. Years later, as he sensed Aurora's strong mutant abilities to control the weather, he went after her as well, and she would battle the Shadow King later on in her life. Aurora would accept Xavier's offer and travel back to New York, where she would learn to tame and cultivate her powers of the elements. She would disband from the X-Men for a little bit after they had an encounter with the Morlocks, where she battled Callisto and felt that she was more at home with the savagery, and even sported a cool new punk mohawk look for a time during the mid-'80s. Now, her powers include controlling the lightning, snow, winds, and water, and her true powers have never really been tested to their full extent. She's actually considered a level 10 mutant and is one of the most powerful mutants in the world. You could definitely say that Storm is a force to be reckoned with.
I summon the full power of the storm!
Alright, so now let's check out the Toy Biz version of X-Men Storm. And as you can see, this is her in her black garb with the really cool looking white hair. And she has the yellow Thunderbolt on the front of her shirt there. Now, there was also a more classic X-Men silver one, which is really cool. They made two variants of this where she had more of a gown. The sculpt on her face with the blank white eyes when she's using her full powers to their greatest extent is really cool. And you can see where she would have her action feature here on the back. That would actually light up the lightning emblem on her chest, but unfortunately the batteries in this are dead and I couldn't get it to work. She's a well-articulated action figure, and in her other hand she would have had a plastic lightning bolt, which I don't have here, but I think she's one of the best action figures in the series. Alright guys, thanks for checking out Storm with me this week as we took a look at one of the X-Men and Marvel Universe's most powerful mutants and just superheroes of all time. She's really one of the most powerful characters ever created in the fictional comic book world, and very few can rival the force of her powers. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at everything X-Men related this month, and we'll see you back here next week.
Storm, mistress of the elements, commands you to release that child.
Lighten up on the speeches, sugar.
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you do the Facebook, Twitter thing, follow me at #KingOfRetro. See you next time.